Here he is. Here he is again. So, something kind of significant has happened here in Ireland with the whole Rona thing, but it won't change nothing because the normies in Ireland are just morons like in any other country. But it's a good one. So anyway, right, the Minister for Agriculture and a whole bunch of other politicians, judges, civil servants, diplomats organised a huge golf gala dinner at a golf club in the west of Ireland. That was so in violation of the Rona restrictions that it is laughable. It didn't make us so angry, but it's laughable. Literally, they were throwing a party with 80 something, like 82 guests. The Minister of Agriculture, and unbelievable. When the rest was around us to have six together in the room, they were having 82. And they got caught. Now, the reason why they threw this thing together was they don't believe the pandemic exists. If they were terrified of the pandemic, they wouldn't go to a gala golfing luncheon that had 682 guests. So they don't believe the pandemic exists, but the pandemic is not real. It doesn't exist. They're not afraid of it, but they keep the fear of us on it. So anyway, you would think that you think to yourself. Well, I don't, but some people think to themselves, "Well, that's it. We got them by the balls now." What makes it even more sickening is that the Minister of Agriculture, a few weeks back, at the height of a few months back, at the height of the pandemic, was practically salivating on the radio, talking about powers to go in and seize farms, go into farms, go into people's homes and see if they're meeting the restrictions, terrorizing farmers. And here he is in the middle of a so-called pandemic, having a gala luncheon with all these other political establishment insiders. You couldn't make it up. They don't believe it. What they believe in is oppressing us. It's in my country, it's in your country. All you have to do is look at that animal who runs New Zealand. You can just see her. She is loving torturing the people of New Zealand. That animal that runs Scotland is loving it, absolutely loving it. Locking Scotland down. It, they absolutely think it's wonderful. It's like they have power. They're gods. You see, they don't believe. Although they give us rules and restrictions for us in the mortal realms, they literally see themselves as gods, and a lot of it has to do with the normies made them into gods. Like example was when Leo Varadkar, and I call him that deliberately because it sounds like a Doctor Who baddie. I know his name is Varadkar, but I call him Varadkar because Varadkar sounds like it. But he, when he made the first speech about the lockdowns, the Twitter was full of people crying, "We have such a great leader in our country. We gotta fight for Ireland." And talking about getting all emotional. While he's putting them in a prison. And when he went with that sickening publicity stunt where an eye specialist put on a white coat to fight the virus in Dublin hospitals, he'd taken his time out and it was so hilarious. The Taoiseach today, which is the Prime Minister, Leo Varadkar, has decided to step down from his position of leading the country to go back to work in the medical field to fight the coronavirus. And there he is putting on a white coat, and here's all the normies. And oh Jesus, he's fucking brilliant. We are Leo. He's fighting the fucking world around it. Look at Trump, fucking idiot. That Trump is fucking retarded. We have a real leader here. He went in like one day. An eye specialist. What an eye specialist can do fighting for coronavirus, I don't know. But puts the coat on. That's the end of it. You don't hear about it anymore. Just an instant, and all the normies falling for it. And Leo, South Dublin times. Oh, Leo's such a ledge. He's such a ledge. I was talking to Fashna while I was sodomizing him behind the rugby club cows, and I said to him, "Isn't Leo a ledge?" He goes, "Oh, he's ledge. Like this is what we're fucking up against. This is what we're up against. He puts on a fucking white coat and they think that he's actually fighting the virus. And he's like, you know, the way, like in the old days, the kings and the rulers used to mount up on their horses with a sword in hand to fight the enemy. They think it's the same fucking thing. It was a cheap publicity stunt that lasted a day and just vanished, no one talking about it. It was ridiculous. Now, people think now, oh, well, the fact that all these politicians, no, well, the fact that all these politicians, like, they are like, they don't believe in the coronavirus. No, they don't. They don't believe in the coronavirus because if they did think there was a pandemic, they wouldn't have go to the Gala. They think that, but the normies don't. They're like, you think the next extrapolation of this would be that they don't fucking believe in the coronavirus. So why are you still believing in this pandemic? No. Did you hear the Minister for Agriculture resigned? Because he went to the golfing gala luncheon, at the height of the Rona. And isn't he great? He's a great man for resigning. He's an inspiration. He's a great man for resigning. That's the kind of fucking logic they use. It'd be like Jack the Ripper, Look, he stopped killing people. He's a great man, Jack the Ripper. He killed 5 prostitutes, right? 5 prostitutes. And then he stopped. He could have killed 6. He could have killed 6 prostitutes, but he killed 5 prostitutes. He's a great man, that Jack the Ripper. That's the logic they're using. That's the fucking logic they're using. And if you walk up to the average Irish normie and you go to them, well, doesn't this kind of prove that they don't believe there's any pandemic? You get the usual. Uh, 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 mm, mm, That's what you get. That's what you get. And like typical Irish style, we don't hold the same fucker who wanted laws to break into your home and have the cops seize you and drag you off the fucking jail over being against the virus restrictions. He should be resigning from position is not enough. He should be arrested. He should be fucking arrested. But no, he's a great man because he stepped down from the position. He's a great man, great fucking man now. And it's just unbelievable, unfucking believable, and the arrogance of them. Them and the civil servants are a godlike thing, the heroes. The godlike fucking thing of them. It's unbelievable. And there are small family businesses around this country, particularly the pubs, being destroyed by this lockdown. And here was your man going on it, and the publicans are just as bad. They should be I don't understand why as soon as this news came out that 82 politicians were going to a fucking gala golfing luncheon when they were telling the rest was to stay at home to fight the fucking pandemic. Every small pub in Ireland should, from this moment on, open their front doors and start selling beer. Start opening. Why they're still closed is shocking, because these politicians have proven they don't believe there's a pandemic. It's just purely a way to control us. And it's not just my country, it's your country too as well. It's astounding. And, the Irish usually will laugh it all off. They'll have some talentless cunt like Mario Rosenstock on the really the minister doing impressions of him is supposed to be funny, or the Irish that wanker in the Irish Times are just the cartoons about it. It's a bit of a crack now. Jeez, he was gonna fucking lock me up and fucking give me a criminal record for breaking the restrictions. But he it's a bit of a laugh now, isn't it? Yeah, did you see the jokes about him? Fucking great. That's how they get away with this country. It's a bit of a crack now, calling them by their first name, It's unbelievable. The Irish. I made a video good about nearly it was a year ago now, because the Irish don't deserve freedom, and this is a classic example of it. And it's staggering. It's absolutely staggering. So just out of the blue, just now they admit they've lifted the restrictions on the 2 counties in the Midlands that had restrictions on them. They would have never lifted those restrictions if those fuckers weren't caught at the gala luncheon. I can guarantee that. And it's done in such a way like, we've given you your freedom back, haven't we? You're fucking great, you are. You gave me fucking freedom back. When you should be saying, there's no cynicism. There's no, Leo's a ledge. There's no, the fucking idiots, the population. Absolute idiots. You know, they're just, you know, this is why I'm telling you, look for a parallel reality. Don't be trying to reform fucking the society you live in because you're surrounded by fucking monkeys, nothing else. Fucking monkeys who are conditioned responses of what mass media tells them. They cannot think. They're NPCs. There's no cognitive processing and reasoning in there. They only repeat what television man and television woman tells them to say. They have no ability, and you're wasting your time trying to reach them. If you walk up to them and you go, "Look, look, there's your proof now." Right? I walk up, there's your proof now. No pandemic. If they believed there was a pandemic, Jimmy, Paddy, Mary, they wouldn't have had that gala. They wouldn't have arranged that gala golfing luncheon. And then you like the poor fucker you are. You think you're going to go back and you go, "Oh shit, you're right. There really is no pandemic." They go, "That's what you get. That's what you get." You get it in Ireland, you get it in the UK, you get it in Canada, you get it in America, you get it in Australia, New Zealand, South Africa. That's what you get. That's what you're up against. And you want to wake people up. That's what you. If you haven't said the Rona hasn't made you realize what's out there now, nothing else will. Seek the tribe, seek the ones who are sane. But here we are. I'm still locked down. You're still locked down. Loads of things we still can't do, and it's not changing. Not changing because the normies are loving it. Like I said to you, they're loving it. The same ones who were pretended to be horrified by kids locked up in cages on the Mexican border are absolutely enchanted by the concept of kids locked up in cages in schools now so they can go back to school. That's what you're dealing with. That's what they don't know why they believe in anything. It's like, we also have the Trump derangement syndrome. Why do you hate Trump? Because he's a racist. Can you give me a concise example of his racism in action? He's racist. Can you give me a concise example that's verifiable? He's a racist. No, can you look? Look, he has thousands of coloured people, black people, all kinds of minorities working for him. He employs them. He pays their bills. They feed their families, and they're all minorities too. Doesn't that supersede an imaginary thing that he's a racist? He's racist. Yeah. Now, do you see all the energy you waste on that? All the energy you waste trying to reach these people. You can't reach them. Cannot reach them. They, Aldous Huxley was right. They have been made to love their servitude. Made to love their servitude. And you see it expressed in all kinds of things, like in activism, right? The average activist in Ireland, in the UK, everywhere, is obsessed with Palestinians. Obsessed with them. Don't care what goes on around the end of their street. See, this telescopic philanthropy that the left use, they have you worried about something going on in the Middle East where you don't know it's not just at the end of your road. And so people, then you say, hold on a second, why are you obsessed with like a Palestinian losing their house when there's there's something like 30,000 homeless people in Ireland? This is what you're up against. I really do hope that you have been watching this video have found comfort in me telling you this, because that's the reason I'm making you. Like, I'm trying to tell you, do not try to waste your life energy on the normies, on the meat. You're not gonna get there. It's not gonna happen. Save that energy for building your own parallel reality. That's it. In a just world, those Irish politicians who are going to that gala luncheon would be in a prison cell right now. in a prison cell, yeah, and waiting to be sentenced for all the laws that they implemented to lock up the rest of us if we violated the Rona thing. But they don't. They walk away and get away with it because they have conditioned the average piece of meat to think that they're gods. And they really do see them as gods. They do. And that's why they're not down protesting at government buildings, which is a waste of time. But the fact they're not even angry at home. He's a great man. He resigned. He did the right thing. Now, the right thing would be for him to cut his throat, kill himself. I'm not talking about that. That would be the right thing to do. Would be a suicide. He would suicide himself out of shame and just what a horrible, despicable human being he is. That he was on the radio salivating with that talentless fucking piece of balsa wood, Pat Kenny, that there would be power to go into people's homes and arrest them. He should be cyanide capsule time. That's what he should be. People are traitors. I don't know, we can't understand that. Traitors. But no, he'll get his pension. He'll get a big job in private sector or a big civil service job. It won't matter, and no one will care.